Welcome to our silly little romanticized brunch in Bistro Deli. You like tomatoes? Is it recording?
If you press the...
Oh, it is. Hi, we're in Prague. We're walking around, just finished our breakfast. Woohoo! Everywhere you look, it's so pretty. Like here. Oh, also have this one, the Towers of Prague. Towers of Prague. Yeah, so we can see. Oh, cute illustration.
What happens is this: every hour, at the stroke of each hour, the two small blue windows at the very top open, and in them 12 apostles appear. They each do their little catwalk, and after the last apostle has passed, the windows close again.
Czech food. Kirsten is hungry. Golden hour. So many people. I know. But it's worth it. So nice though. Don't know what that castle-looking tower thing is. Oh, it's a cathedral. Yeah. Okay. It's pretty. Hey everyone, this was definitely a great way to cap off my very busy summer. A short backstory on this trip was that I was not planning to go to Prague at all, and I had thought of going to Czech sometime in October actually, but the stars aligned and I ended up going and having a great time with Kirsten. So here are some of the ephemera and photos that I've collected throughout the short trip. It was short, it was only 3 days, and I think that's a good enough time to figure out what I wanted to document, which are usually my go-to prompts, which I'll show you later on as I show the finished pages. But as you can see, Prague has a lot of really nice brochures and maps. I think they have a specific branding with their maps and brochures, because you'll see at the back there's like a specific company that does it, or I think it's like from their tourism board. But yeah, I really love how I went before. Some of them had not changed, but some of the designs they have updated. I went ahead and had these photos printed at the drugstore, and I made them small sized because I use my passport size insert for these particular travel journal pages. For some reason, when I travel around Europe, I always use the passport size just because it's easier for me to document, and I don't usually go on like long trips in Europe that doesn't like take me like at least 2 weeks or anything. So I have them all in the same journal insert rather, and I've just been catching up on, actually I've been really slow with travel journaling. I finished my Gdansk pages and then these Prague pages, and I've been really enjoying just doing it when I feel like it versus like forcing myself to catch up when I need to. As I mentioned, this trip was also very last minute, so I didn't really have any headspace to journal immediately after the trip, especially because September was very busy on this side of the world. But yeah, I've been enjoying the start of fall, and you'll see here that I really incorporated most of the ephemera that had been collected. I love this tram one specifically. There was a tram brochure where they show you the different types of trams that you'll encounter along the city, and I was able to cut it out because I luckily was able to get a photo in front of the tram before it departed. So I've been using that, and that's like kind of the baseline for this particular spread. One thing I also realized is how much time I save by using this smaller passport size. And I think with the abundance of ephemera, it's just easy to like stick and go. Like maybe if I go backpacking in the future, manifesting in Europe, I would definitely just bring this passport and like fill it up to the brim, because it's just so easy to take with me, and there probably will be a lot of motivation for me to update it because it's not as big and it's not as intimidating with all the available space. So I just matched my ink. I'm using the San Francisco Golden Gate ink from 2023, actually from the pen show. It's a nice red color, and I've been figuring out how to get rid of it on my pen. So these are the 2 finished spreads, and I turn you over as I share with you the final pages. So I wanted to show you what my travel journal for Prague looked like in the end. So actually this journal is something that I've been kind of accumulating throughout the year. It's my Europe summer travel journal because I don't have like long trips that allow me to fill up the entire passport insert. So this is the MD paper cream insert, and in here we actually have the Denmark travel journal pages, which I'll link from another video, and then some pages from my trip to Poland. And these are the 4 spreads I did for Prague. Usually when I travel for a short trip, I don't really overthink what I wanted to journal about, especially if there's not a lot of spots to highlight. So usually the first page here, you see this is the tram ticket actually. I don't really like it. I like the subway ticket better, but I decided to keep it. And then I just wrote like a quick summary of why we decided to go to Prague. Here is a bit more of like an establishing, I try to call it like my establishing page because it really informs some of the things we did during the first day, aka the only exploration day we had. So I took out some of the maps and like I added some of the typography as well as the packaging and kind of like made everything match based on what I knew the trip was going to be about. So this was actually the day after where I was just drawing at a random Starbucks, but I really wanted to match the this moment sticker and my pants, which was like in the like olive green color. So color wise, you can also see that it's very lean towards like oranges and greens and browns and all the warm tones. Here, this was a fun layout to do. So for here, this is actually the banh mi place in the Prague main station. We had ordered banh mi's to go so we can bring it to our bus back to Berlin. This is the subway ticket with the neon orange arrow. I wanted to keep it, of course. But apart from that, with the trams, they have a vintage tram selection. And this is actually something I cut up from the map and I decided to add it in conjunction with my photo here of the tram, so it kind of like tells the story better. And these are just some notes about my trip. And I wrote here like the size of the city isn't so big, so it was walkable in general, which is also true, except if you're gonna go to like farther out places where you need to take public transpo. I did love doing my walks because considering even if I live in Berlin, if I don't go out and I need to work the whole day, I just mostly spend the day at home. So having the 10K steps in really helped kind of like, you know, reset and get the cardio in. Also, this was the last weekend of the summer, so the weather was perfect and it's a great way to really explore and do our best to maximize the short time we had. This was the last page. I wanted to just kind of round it up. As you'll see, there are a lot of photos, and with photos, you basically take up a lot of space on the journal pages itself. Here, this is actually just a cutout from the map, and I really liked it. I also wanted to keep the logo of the restaurant we ate at, so I just, instead of putting the whole card, the card had a lot of space, so I just cut up the main logo and then put it here to add more shapes and more dynamic to like the journal pages in itself. And then these are some more highlights and some impressions photos. I really love this. These two, these are like from Sarika, so these are film strip stickers, and this is like a brass clip one. So this is also from Sarika. So I just kind of used that in addition to the layout that I had. And I always like to break the monotony of having like super rectangular or square photos. So I always try to add something like this is PT tape from Joe's journal, and then just having everything kind of organized in such a way that makes sense for me and like draws the viewer in to like read through the entire thing. So yeah, that's my short but sweet travel journal flip through from Prague. I had a really great time with Kirsten, and as you can see, we have a couple more pages, so I'm gonna ask you in the comments, where do you think I'll be going? I have one last trip in November. I'll give you a hint. It's related to Vincent van Gogh and it's not Amsterdam. So until then, I'd love to share a completed flip through of this once before the year ends. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Travel and Journal with me, and I will see you again soon. Bye!